Today we're in front of Joel D. Wynkoop's home, and we're going to do an exclusive interview on him about all his movies today. So sit back and relax and enjoy. You're watching Wynkoop TV. Alright, we're coming up to the door now. Joel D. Wynkoop's home. We're going to see if he's home. We're going to ring the bell. Let's see. Oh, he's on the phone. I could hear him.
Move over.
Let's see if he's home. No, he's on the phone. There he is, hey. Mr. Joel D. Wynkoop. How are you today, sir?
I wanted to come in.
You going to let us do an interview with you today?
Absolutely.
All right, good. Excellent. Cool.
Oh, hey, this is Joel Wynkoop, and welcome to my office here at what I would call Wynkoop Productions, I suppose. It's not as elaborate as some people would think. I have a distributor, Sub Rosa Studios, with Ron Bonk, who is actually our distributor of our movies. But in my little way, in my conventions and stuff, I put together a lot of my movies, which you can see some of them right there. There's a rack of them. There's Truth or Dare, Killing Spree. It's another Killing Spree that was released under the title of I Will Dance in Your Grave, but there's several of them there. The retro 80s Killing Spree. Lost Faith, just a bunch of movies there that I've been in. Dark Dimensions, Always Midnight, All Wrapped Up, Bloodlust, from all different producers. There's Creature Productions, Hocus Focus, Fourth Floor, Falcon Video, Twisted Illusions, Subatomic Productions. So work for a lot of different filmmakers, and if you look, you can look around the office if you like. There's a lot of memorabilia here. From over here we have the infamous Ladies of the Night, which is what's the words for that? It was hosted by myself and Nicola Fiore. Krista Grotti was there with me. I was the master of ceremonies that night, Nicola and I. And Debbie Rashan showed up to show her movie Savaged, which was by Hocus Focus Productions, a good friend of mine, Jason LaCorey. And you see the Beware sign next to that, which was Jason Daly, a good friend of mine, who I worked on a movie called Scary Tales. There's the independent night we had in 2002 in West Palm Beach. Closing the convention Sunday night independent film room. So it was Scary Tales, which is one of my movies. Some of my newspaper articles. There's one from Willett shows up in New Film. That was in the Vero Beach paper, and that was in '96, I think. And there's one from the Okeechobee News when we were shooting in Okeechobee. That's me right there. My nephew called my wife at the time, my second wife, and he said to her, he goes, "Let me speak to Papa Smurf," because they painted my entire body blue for a MTV video called, the group was called Choke, from Scotland, and I played this disturbed individual in the whole video. And along with just the movie-related stuff, there's a lot of my personal stuff in there. There's Kathy and myself with our van we got together when we purchased a new van, and of course there's Iron Man and Thor, because I'm a Marvel Comics fan. And there's one that says martial arts on it, was from the newspaper in 87 it looks like. Scrappy Doo, that was my wife's, from Joseph Barber, Hannah and Barber, and just some pieces of my life that are movie related, but also the stuff I like you got the Batmobile collection up there. A tribute to my car that I finally had to let go. It was used in the movie Creep in 1995. It was blue, then I painted it black, put a big Spider-Man on the back window, and that's the plate that used to be on the beginning of it. It lasted almost 20 years. That's probably 10 more years than it was supposed to last. People told me it was a Pontiac Le Mans, but it got me through some good times. A lot of movies. And just some random stuff around there. There's a little poster for Truth or Dare. One of my first headshots is over there with me with the baseball bat. One of my articles there from the Tampa Tribune. It's got pictures of me from the motion picture Rot. I think I'm there with the poster from Wicked Games. And that, of course, is me in the picture in the office, which we're in right now. Some pictures from the past over there that are in the archway of the door. That sign right there, it says "Be Movie King." My nephew made that up for me. I thought that was kind of neat. He showed up at one of my shows, which is that little postcard there that says Collectors Comic Con. He showed up, had made me a banner, and made me that sign for my table. So that was kind of neat. The pictures are from Rot, Truth or Dare, Alien and Endangered Species, The Bite. A lot of my videos at a lot of video stores. I have my own sections at different video stores. Up there on the top of that, above the Wicked Games poster, is just a flyer that was made up for the Tampa Toy and Comic Book Convention. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so that's why you see Spider-Man dangling from the window, or dangling from the ceiling. And you'll see there's a poster hanging on the wall with Spider-Man. And then Creep is probably one of our second biggest movie. Truth or Dare, I'd have to say, is our biggest, because that reached almost $1 million on the budget. And Creep is around $50,000, I think we spent on that. Lost Faith, to your right, is one of them, is my fifth movie that I made. And then, again, more memorabilia. My wife got me, Kathy got me that Justice League DC Comics original from the post office, which is really cool. And yeah, it's just kind of a collaboration of movie stuff and stuff in personal life, stuff that amuses me. A lot of Spider-Man related stuff. Down here is a poster of All Wrapped Up, which is a Jason LaCorey production from Hocus Pocus Productions. I was on the poster of that. And I play 3 characters in that. There's 4 stories, and I'm 3 characters in 3 different stories. Picture of the family on the wall, my wife and I, and her mom and dad at Busch Gardens, with my 4 boys, David, Jimmy, Adam, and Logan. And then, of course, I have an actual cell from the 80s Spider-Man show, because big Spider-Man fan I am. Above that is the Tampa Film Review. Pete and Paul Guzzo gave me that, a Lifetime Achievement Award for the accomplishments I've made in movies. I've done about 40 movies. There's an actual Rob Granite's drawing of Spider-Man and Batman. My wife bought that for me. That was a pretty cool drawing that Rob did for me. Rob became a friend of mine at some of the conventions I'm at. I see Rob all the time, and before we knew him, Kathy had went up to him and paid him to do a drawing of Spidey and the Batman. So that was kind of cool. That thing you're looking at now is from the Daily News and Okeechobee News. That's where they wanted me ran out of town. They didn't want me around. They didn't want my depraved horror movies in their town. They didn't want me in town. They wanted me gone. The thing was, I serviced a lot of them for Crystal Springs Water Company in that area. There's a film festival poster from 2002. 6 of my movies were playing at once. So I had 6 of my movies playing in 6 different theaters in West Palm Beach, which was really cool to see. I think we had Scary Tales and Dirty Cop, and what else was playing? Christian Soldiers. So it was kind of a neat night for me because I had all these movies going at the same time. Picture of me and Captain America up there at Universal Studios. And I think that's the Scary Tales poster over there. The Return of Mr. Longfellow. And then a conglomeration that's right by hanging at the window there is just a bunch of my articles from the past. It's just something I threw together real quick. It wasn't anything special because you can see it's all done in blue ink and black ink. It was just different articles I've had over the years. Well, I mean, just a few. I've got a stack of magazines somewhere where I've been over 300 magazines, different articles and pictures and stories about movies and such. And about 4 months ago, I left my job just to pursue my acting full-time. And you can see my Crystal Springs 20-year is over there. Was with the company for 20 years. It's right kind of in front of that Jason. I have a Jason cutout because I'm a big Friday the 13th fan also. And the rest is pretty much just Spider-Man and personal life. Got a lot of pictures there from my wife and I, and kind of cool stuff like that. And old videotape collection of old things that never got put onto DVD, old movies. And I'm also a Star Trek fan. As you can see, there's NCC 11701, the original Enterprise. There's NCC 1701D, and then the NCC 1701 again, from the Franklin Mint, and NCC 1701E from Star Trek Next Generation, Generations, I believe. And that's about it.